I'm back out here at the Robin Hood Pole Archery Fork. I'm sitting here at the base. It's way up there. Camera's pointed at me. I'm here to talk about Introduction to Pole Archery 104 arrows, the blunts we use. Now, the most common one that my club mates use is this one here. What this is an Easton X75 with a second aluminum arrow inside, so it's very stiff. I don't have a spine tester, so I don't know exactly what the spine is. It's too stiff for me. It's also too short because it's only 30 inches long. And since I'm using thumb draw, I need a lot more draw weight, a lot more length than that. So we'll show you in a moment what some of the different things that I've come up with. This particular arrow weighs 941 grains, guys. So does the one I came up with. Lots of weight, and it hits hard. You notice that they're not using flu fletchings, which is kind of interesting, but they don't. Some of the guys even use vanes, right? Because they're shooting compounds, and they're looking for speed and accuracy because they're, shooting at a very, very small target up there, and it's quite a ways away. You also notice that we have liberal use of electrical tape because that's all that's holding that horn on. And that's what the guys around here use because we break arrows a lot and we try to save our horns. The guys are economical. This particular horn, as you can see, look at the size of that blunt. Nice and big. It's 249 grains all by itself. And it just slides on, and then the guys use electrical tape. A couple of our members are electricians, and they're in love with that stuff. It's their version of duct tape. It's the whole, if the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy. Well, between duct tape and electrical tape, I think you can fix anything on the planet. Almost. But at any rate, that is the most common arrow that the guys use. Now, what they used to use, or what their fathers and grandfathers used to use, were these. This is an older wooden arrow. This is made sometime in the 1960s, and it looks like it because it's been around a while. As you can see, the way it's shaped, it's kind of cool. There is actual horn right here, even though it's been repaired with electrical tape, as you can see. But that's cow's horn, that blunt. That blunt, that's cow's horn. And there's also horn set here into the nock. There's a little bit of electrical tape to take care of fitting on someone's string. This is 31 inches long and it weighs about 651 grains altogether. They work really, really well with recurves and with longbows. Still a little short for me for the style of archery that I'm doing because I shoot thumb draw. But this is the way they used to be made. And they break, especially on the compounds, which is why they switch to this, so that the arrows last longer. Because we are literally shooting at a metal bar.
Yeah.
5 of them, all the way up there, and you crash into that metal bar. Now, for myself, I've been experimenting with all kinds of things. So I've tried both of those, of course. And then I went to this. These are X-Jammers, Carbon Express X-Jammers. They're 500 spine, both of them. There's a second one on the inside that I've epoxied in. Combined, they're about 350 spine. I don't have a spine tester, so I don't know for sure. I have one of our regular horns, as you can see, nice, big, and blunt. This arrow weighs 941 grains as well, combined, but it's 34 inches long, which makes it easier for me to shoot. I went with 3-inch fletchings because I want to go as fast as possible. I get some pretty good speed out of this thing. I have not chronoed it simply because I don't want to chrono going up. Chronographing this is a little difficult. I'm not sure how you would chronograph that properly. So I've been experimenting with this and doing quite well with it, though I have broken 4 of them. The guys tend to have these last. They destroy their fletchings long before they destroy the arrow. And as you can see, I stayed with the electrical tape only. I went yellow just because I like yellow electrical tape. So that I can save this and keep using it. I've been experimenting with other things, as you're aware, because my daughter also is a pole archer, and she uses the screw-on 125 grain blunts. Now, the purpose of this is to get her more speed, because she's only shooting a 30-pound bow. Now, she doesn't use flu-flus. I have her using vanes on a hostage rest so that she can get the most speed out of her 30-pound bow. I've also experimented with a few other archers who are, starting to try and go back to recurves and to traditional style archery. Like, for example, I got a hold of these blunts out of China. They're a little heavier. These are 277 grains by themselves, but I've been slipping them on to 400 spine. So this is combined about 600 grains altogether. Uncut, 32 inches. This is a Black Eagle vintage, 500 spine, and with that on there, I shaped this one a little bit to shave a little weight off of it. This one's about 500 grains altogether. Shoots actually quite well off of the shelf of a regular recurve. I don't know how long they're going to last. We'll see. And then I was fooling around with a bamboo one. Introduction to Pole Archery 104, the arrows, and the blunts that we use. Keep having fun, guys.